At last there is a chance as long as the ceasefire holds. Jeremy Bowen, BBC News, Jerusalem.
Well, with me is Shehata from BBC Arabic. Saeed, good to see you. We are starting to see and hear these stories of people returning to their former homes, we must say, because they are rubble, and people taking this incredibly emotional journey. What are we starting to hear from those families?
It's about 200,000 moved back to their home in North Gaza, especially Gaza City, which was destroyed in the recent Israeli military operation, according to the Civil Defense Agency in Gaza. And many of them, they walk about 20 kilometers to go there because the transportation, it cost about £1,000 to go there, and no one, many people don't have this amount of money. In addition to that, they carry some stuff what is left from them, and they went there, and some of them lost loved ones, sons, daughters, father, mother. So it's horrific scenes when you go there back and their houses are destroyed and they don't have some of their loved ones there. So they said some of them were defiant and think we are going there even there is no house, nothing there, but we'll go back to our home, building a tent and staying there. So it is good to go back, and at least some of them express their happiness. They can't hear any aeroplane, any strikes, any bombing. So it's good news for them, but it's still a long way to go because the aid need to be reaching them, health and all of this, basic needs for them to be provided. So it is a good step. It's a good start. The Israel withdrew to the agreed lines, which is called yellow line, and that's good news. And they warned people not to go to some areas like Khan Yunis, Rafah, and some areas, Israeli troops are there. So it's good, it's upholding so far, and hopefully it will carry on when the releasing hostages on Monday, the 48 hostages and about 1,950 Palestinian prisoners, and the aid will come tomorrow. So hopefully the first stage will go smoothly and it will be a relief for everyone in Gaza and outside Gaza.
And I think we should talk about the deal as well. We do need to remember that this is just stage one of the deal. So much of the detail needs to still be hammered out, and we're already getting concerns about stage two.
There is many concerns about this deal, but at least the first hurdle was overcome through this ceasefire and the Monday when there is a release of hostages, and when Mr. Trump is expected to visit Egypt on the weekend to sign the deal with leaders of Turkey and Egypt and other countries to say we are here on a deal. We need to reach a peace in the Middle East, but there are sticking points. First of them, and the most important one, disarming Hamas. Hamas many times repeated it will not disarm, it will not hand over its weapons until it's for a Palestinian state. So it should be a Palestinian established. In Mr. Trump's plan, there is mention of a Palestinian, or the Palestinians have the right to self-determination and statehood. But once there is a program of reform of the Palestinian Authority, in addition to redevelop Gaza, this will take years. So will Hamas make concessions and hand over their weapons? This very important one, especially Mr. Netanyahu said yesterday, it is for Hamas to pledge to disarm, and so far it didn't. And he said Israel surrounding Hamas from everywhere. So Hamas will think is that a surrender to disarm and to hand over its weapons. The other one is who is governing Gaza, because Hamas and other factions yesterday said they will reject any foreign guardianship. Is about the Board of Peace headed by Mr. Trump and membership of Mr. Tony Blair, the former British Prime Minister. So they are against that. They won't say it is a Palestinian issue. They should decide the future. But in the plan, no rule of Hamas in the future of Gaza or ruling Gaza. So it is another sticking point. The other one is the full withdrawal of the Israeli army. In January deal, when it happened 19th of January, it collapsed the 2nd of March because the second stage was not implemented of the Israeli full withdrawal from Gaza and the end of the war. And I'm afraid there is concern that second stage might see the same fate, it will be collapsed because for the right wing who supporting Mr. Netanyahu, especially the Minister of Finance, Bezalel Smotrich, and the Minister of National Security, Itmar Ben-Gvir. They said clearly the withdrawal is linked to disarming, and it's not in the understanding of Hamas. Hamas saying withdrawal is relating to the releasing of hostages. So there is different interpretation of that. So this will put more pressure on Hamas and on Israel and the mediators to make sure they reach a middle way in order to, cross the hurdle of the second stage and achieve peace in Gaza and the Middle East.
Okay, Saeed Shehata from BBC Arabic. Really good to get your thoughts. Thank you very much.